Hey everybody, I'm Johnny Warrior. I am the senior instructor and owner of Thunderbird Outdoor Adventures. Today I want to kind of take a little bit and do a quick video on EDC and GoBags and bug out bags. The bag itself, not so much contents, but let's talk about what first the terms mean, as well as some options, or at least what I use for my bags. Okay, when we talk about EDC is our everyday carry. If we're honest with ourselves, most of the time our everyday carry is our car keys, house keys, possibly a pocket knife, a wallet, and a cell phone. And if you do concealed carry, your weapon. That's generally what an EDC is, and you do variations of that. Anything over that, you're starting to get into that whole possible go bag scenario. Now, I'm still in the Philippines presently. I'll be going back to the States here soon. When I'm here, my EDC sometimes, it varies from place to place depending upon how the security is, checkpoints are, where I'm going. If I'm going to move do some island hopping, I want to present myself as a tourist or traveler so that I can get through easier, and I do want to carry at least the 5 Cs. So for my EDC, when I'm doing a non-local, I use, like, this is a Maxpedition knockoff, but you know, it's in a desert tan, so it's not alerted so much tactical. Not that I think that the tactical is much of an issue anymore, but I'll get into that in another video. But it gives me plenty of carry space, water bottle options. I can have the 5 Cs plus my passport and any other little things that I need. And this is a really good, you know, EDC carry for a little bit more stay. If I'm doing local, don't care about the tactical look, I have one of those little Raptor kits. You know, it has the mag pouches, carry sleeve, personal pistol, right, and comms. Now, here in the Philippines, as a foreigner, we can't have weapons. This is something that I predominantly use as an everyday carry back in the States, but I use it here in the same capacity, but I just don't have a weapon and magazines, and use those pouches for other needs. Now, when we talk about a go bag is our 72-hour scenario, okay? Some people refer to this as a bug out bag, but for our purposes, let's call it a go bag or an egress bag. This is an emergency egress. You don't know how long you're going to be away, or you're trying to get back to your home. This is something you pretty much carry consistently where you go. I use the Marpat, their 3-day assault pag, right? Has a nice little rigid frame. Carries everything that you would need for 72. Has mold. You can with the Molly, you can put your steel bottle containers right on the side. I have a couple Rothco containers that are cylindrical, and I can keep my steel containers in there in a fire kit, etc. But this works very well for a 72-hour kit. You can get it in your vehicle, pull it out of your vehicle, you can put it in your place of work with you, as well as, you know, if you're egressing back to the house or get home bag. It's small, compact, it's not very noticeable, and it works well. Now, when we talk about the bug out bag, your bug out bag is when you are absolutely leaving your home for an indefinite period of time, if not permanently. And you're gonna layer that with the combination of your 72-hour bag, and I use the Marpat ILBE. Now, this is a heavy-duty internal frame ruck that has multiple pouches and dividers, so you can subdivide the bottom and the top, so you can put your sleep system and anything associated with cover on the bottom, as well as your main storage for all of your clothing, food, whatever. I keep my water high up on here to help distribute the weight, and then on the top pouch I put all my 5 Cs, specifically with canneling, my combustion, cordage, cutting tools, everything, including my compass and map and nav, goes here. Okay, I've got plenty of, when you combine this with a 72-hour bag, which can be mounted to the bag, there's an extended period. Now, yeah, it's heavy. You're talking, 50 to 75 pounds on your ruck. But if you're leaving and egressing, you have to have everything that you need for an indefinite period of stay. Don't worry, in conjunction with this, if I'm carrying a weapon on my bug out, I would use my Raptor for my 120 round combat load and my handgun load as well. Pistol on the side, carbine and a sling at the ready. So, these are just the options that I use. I've used multiple platforms, tried to build out. I go back to the military surplus because of durability. The zippers have always failed on me. The way they sew these together, they withstand everything out in the field. If you know anything about my past, my first 10 years was as a corpsman with the Marines, and my experience is, if you want to find out if something is going to survive, give it to a Marine in the field. If it survives that, it'll survive anything. This equipment, this is going to handle it. And once you're talking about egressing an area, you're not going back to, you need equipment that's going to sustain. And this kind of gear is going to do it. I know we have a lot of debate on whether to go tactical or keep on the non-tactical side, but quality and serviceability is an issue that we have to keep in the forefront. You're going to keep your situational awareness up anyway. You're going to keep yourself at red, and being at that high alert status, you should have your head on a swivel. Be aware of everybody around you. If they take notice of you, you can E&E out of the area and keep from an engagement that way. So, these are just some tips and some considerations. This is not the indefinite answer. That's not what we try to present here at the school. We try to give you a way, one more way to look at it. So, just to recap here, there is a difference between true EDC, a GoBag, and a bug out bag. Now, when you talk about EDC, be honest with yourself in your planning of your EDC. If you're the type that just does the keys, a pocket knife, wallet, cell phone, and weapon, that's great. But make sure you have a few of the 5 C's installed in your keys. Like, you can put a ferro rod, a small little ferro rod on your keys. You can put a carved knife in your wallet. You can back a lot of things up just by adding it to what you already carry. If you're deciding that you want to increase your everyday carry and add to it, some of these Max Edition pouches and Raptor pouches is the way to go. It's a messenger bag sling. They're so common now, everybody's got them. And you can pack a lot to them. You're extending more out of the 5C range into almost what you're going to put in a possibles bag and can do an overnight stay in comfortably, if not 2 nights. You throw a space blanket in there for cover and warmth, and some candling options, and make sure that you got a good fire starting kit, a filter. I mean, and some cordage. You're covering your 5 C's there. And the Mora fits, a small little Mora Bushcraft sits in there really well. Doesn't bulk out and doesn't crowd things up. It's good. So again, these are just some options to consider. Please subscribe. Tell me if you like this video. If you have any comments about things that you might want to discuss in the future, I would appreciate it. It gives us ideas for future videos. And we'll see you next time.